Hello and welcome back to the third episode of Brightening Barrow this week. Yes, I know, you're getting three of us. Brilliant. Well, I say three of the two of us, but you know. So, this week, I say this week, this episode in the week that you've already had two episodes in, we're going to be taking a look at one of the walks that you can do in the local area. And you can look forward to more of those, possibly a series if you want. Again, just as I said last episode, let us know. But we're going to be specifically focusing on Remembrance Day, as that is today. That's the day that this is being released. And hopefully, if we've timed this right, at 11 o'clock, we'll be having a 2-minute silence in place of our news stories. Okay, so first thing, we've got a short-ish clip, I think, from a walk that will be from Dalton Castle to Roos Station, and then a short train journey from Roos back to Dalton. So that will be playing now.
You join me here, not in the comfort of my home or the meeting, but out here in the great British weather. In other words, it's raining. So we're starting our walk outside Dalton Castle, 14th century castle, and it's one of the few castles in this area. I mean, obviously, ones in cities and things, but yeah, Dalton has a castle. Right next to it is St Mary's Church. This is the only church in Dalton that rings bells as you famously hear them, so lots and lots of bells ring at once. They have 10 of the bells here, and I do occasionally ring here when I have the chance. So what we're going to do is we've started here, we're just going to walk to the rail station. Once you started at Dalton Castle, you walk past the Brown Cow, which definitely not being biased, but it's definitely very good pub. You'll walk past, I think it's called Blackbeck. There's a few of these small streams or becks in this area, and this is one that we're going to be walking. I say alongside, but we follow it as we go down this way, up and over some fields, and come out near, it is near the bottom of Millbrow, where the roundabout is, where we'll walk along Abbey Road for a short section before passing through the Abbey. Continuing to follow the bag, you approach Dalton Junction, which has lines leading off to Barrow and other such places. We're going to continue heading over these fields. There is also a path parallel to us, which is also parallel to the railway line, so that is another option if you wanted to do this walk for yourself. There will also be, hopefully, a link to where you can find a map for this, or there'll be a Clarktown map on the website, so look out for that. This path, as I said, runs parallel with the train tracks and parallel with the beck. This is actually the point where we go off, so we're going to go off that way. And we seem to have caught a train, which is actually quite lucky. I'm sure there are some of you who understand which train that is and all about the trains. As far as I'm concerned, that is just a two-carriage train, but that's because I don't know very much. My friend who is recording me is looking really rather annoyed. They know quite a lot about trains. But yeah, as I say, we're going to split off, we're going to head up and we'll meet Abbey Road, so we'll be leaving both the beck and the train tracks, we'll be leaving them to our right. So we've now left both the beck and the railway. They are somewhere down there, which you can probably tell it's getting a bit louder. That's because on our left is Abbey Road, and on our right there is an A road that I can't remember the name of. What?
Park Road.
Park Road. I've just been informed. Yeah, we've got Abbey Road and we've got Park Road on our right, and this is where we're going to come out. So there's this just small section. It's very quiet, small road. I say quiet, it's very loud next to all the things going past. We can come out at the roundabout where we head down a short way to roundabout where the hospital is, where we then take a left and we go down to the Abbey. So after heading down Abbey Road, we come parallel to the hospital. We then take this very quiet road down through Abbey Arch, where we meet up with the railway again. There is another path there that you can take, and that comes out also near the bottom of Abbey Road. So we can continue down here, past the Abbey. So the Abbey will be on our left. You can probably just can't see it just above Abbey Tevin. And then what we're going to do is we're going to walk the Greenway. I'm sure many of you will have done this. But that's for good reason. It's a very good walk, and that's what this walk is about. It's showing the nice parts of two towns. you don't often get nice walks and surrounded by some interesting scenery. Like I say, we've been following the railway for most of this journey. So, like I say, we're just going to head down here and we'll see you in a bit. So we've walked down, we're now in this quite interesting area where there's quite a few things. Behind me we've got the Abbey Mill Cafe. It's currently closed due to COVID and also it's quite late, so they wouldn't be open anyway. But this is again just a personal opinion. I really like it here. I think the food is good. This isn't an advert for them, by the way. I personally like it. To my right we've got the amphitheatre. Currently it's not an amphitheatre, obviously, because we don't have it, but it was. This is great if you wanted to roll eggs down or something. That's a great activity that the various scout troops and things like that do. You can run down it as well. In fact, the St Bernard's cross-country course used to go, it was up apart from 1 year where it was down, and there's some interesting stories to tell. I'm not going into those now. And then obviously to now my left, it wasn't right, we've got the Abbey. I'm sure you've all been there. You all know Furness Abbey, where it was, and the fact that, well, you probably know, but you may not. This was originally in Dalton. So we are in ex-Dalton. Dalton obviously being the ex-capital of Furness, much larger. Went into most of Barrow. This was way back when Barrow was still a fishing village. So we're going to head down the Greenway, which, as I said earlier, you're probably all done, but we're going to show it off, and we'll see you in a little bit. So when you continue walking down, you pick up right by the railway. Again, that would be a great shot for photographers if there's a train going past. Now, continuing down here, we're going to go past through a farm. There is an option to go over to our left by crossing either over or under the railway, and that gets you to the road that you can see. Just along there, you may have heard a car or two go past. There's lots of different things. That's one of the ways that you can get to Roos. You can also get round the back to the Abbey. There's lots and lots of different roads down there. It's very small roads. Yeah, you join me back here. We're about to go through this gate and continue down the Greenway. Just about to mention this is the level crossing here. Just down there is a small tunnel where you can get both in the same place, just over the road there. And if you walk down here, you'll probably notice about the country smell of the farm. But that is, as my granddad used to say, the country smell, due to all the cows and all the life. So you might have noticed it's getting a little bit dark. It does get very dark very quickly when you start heading towards winter months, so we're having to cope with that. You'll have seen most of the way that we pointed out the railway, and that's because this route pretty much follows the railway, apart from a couple of points where we drift off. And that's just due to the fact that we are going to Roos railway station. So now that we're at the end, or almost at the end of the Greenway, we're going to head down a little bit further, and then we're going to take a left, just head into the station. Okay, that gate just opens. So we started at Dalton Castle. We then walked over the hills, a short section along Abbey Road. We then walked the Greenway to finish here at Roos Station.
Unfortunately, we lost the audio to this section due to the train going past. So thank you for watching this section.
So that's one of the many walks in the local area that you can do with. Certainly at this time, one other person. I did this with my mate who recorded it, obviously obeying all social distancing and all the rules. So hopefully you enjoyed that short clip. Sorry again if you're listening to this on a podcast. You can always find it by going directly to our YouTube channel or going to the website, which will be in there as well. We're now going to move on to talking about Remembrance Day, because that is the day it's going out. That is today for you. We're recording this on Remembrance Sunday. So, obvious question, but I feel it's a good one to start with. What is Remembrance Day?
What?
It's a very obvious question, but it's.
Yes.
I feel that we should start with it anyway. But what is Remembrance Day? I mean, honestly, I know.
Remembrance Day is the 11th of November, and it's to commemorate all of the soldiers who died in the war, in World War I and World War II as well. So it's very important, obviously, to remember them. So yeah.
Yeah, so this is the year for change, really. I say change, I mean different. It's being really different. Obviously, Remembrance Day is still going ahead. You can't. That's not the sort of thing you cancel. You don't really cancel any days that we've had, but that's one thing that's going to be really different this year. Again, with Remembrance Sunday as well, because there's usually the parade. You've probably seen it going through town. You may have even walked in it. But that's not gone ahead this year. However, we are do. I say we, but is there something happening? Something going ahead in place of where the procession would have gone, isn't there?
I don't know.
I think there is. Might be. Okay. There may or may not have been. You may have been involved. I'm sure there was something going on at 11 o'clock, um, in place of the procession that you would have had for Remembrance Sunday. But this is specifically about Remembrance Day, which is again today. We are wearing the symbol of poppy. Hopefully, when we've edited this together, there should be a Brightening Barrow poppy, or maybe that's a little bit too difficult to do. I'm rambling again. If you watched last episode, you'll know I do this. So, obviously, right, yeah, this is serious. Obviously, Remembrance Day, it's an important thing. It's commemorating. I mean, specifically, it's World War One and World War Two. It's celebrated on the armistice for World War One, the 11th o'clock is where World War One stopped, 1918. But it's also about commemorating all armed forces, those who have died, those who are fighting, and it's also about the veterans. So it is very important, and again, because of the pandemic, it's not something that we can celebrate. Well, I say celebrate, I mean commemorate. Sorry, it's not something we can commemorate as easily as we have done in previous years, and it is really important. So, what sort of thing can you do other than obviously holding the 2 minute silence at 11 o'clock, which we will be doing? What things do you suggest that you can do to commemorate it? Because you can't go on the parade, you can't do all this stuff that you would have done to commemorate this very important day.
Well, I know you can still buy poppies. Obviously, people aren't going around and selling them like they normally do, but you can still buy them, I think, from the supermarket and just, wherever you get them from. And obviously, you can make donations on the website, which is, I don't know what that goes to, but you can make donations. What's the thingy called?
Poppy appeal?
Is it the poppy appeal? Yeah, that's what. Which goes to the poppy appeal.
There'll be a link to that in the description. Various places that you can donate, the poppy appeal and the other charities to help with armed forces and veterans, etc. Yes, there's buying a poppy and there's giving to charity, but if you didn't want to buy a poppy, you can always make it. Even if you don't buy it, just the symbol of a poppy is it's still something that you should do, whether you buy it or you make it yourself. There's various ways you can make it. You can take a red sheet and cut it out and say the poppy. It's really a symbol, and it's more important that you look at the symbol. You remember the symbol, which helps you remember and commemorate why we have Remembrance Day. We'd say I would say that giving charity it is important, but I'd say remembering is more important. So whatever reason you can't give, I would try and remember, make a poppy, or even just take time out. Again, you don't have to just do the 2 minute silence. Just take time out in the day to think and commemorate. That's certainly really important thing to do. In fact, no. I said I'd celebrate my accident earlier, and really we say commemorate, but I don't know about you, but I think it is also a celebration of people who have fought for us, a celebration of their lives, of their dead, celebration of the people who know. So not only is it commemoration, could you argue that it's celebrating what people have done and died for us? Sorry. Do you agree
Yeah.
with this? Yeah.
I agree with that statement.
Yeah.
Would you like me to expand on that?
Yeah, please do. I'm
Okay.
running out of things to say.
It is about celebrating people. It can be really good for people who maybe like new people who died in the war, or people whose like parents or grandparents died in the war, or people who like were injured or their friends were, or it's really like nice for them to see everyone remembering, and it should be important for all of us anyway, because it's like all about like Britain and like our country, which has been changed obviously for the better because of the war. So it's very important to celebrate what happened.
Yes, yeah, it is. Okay, so hopefully we've timed this right, and it's just nearing 11 o'clock. So we're going to hold a 2-minute silence. You should be able to see the poppy on the screen. So it should be 11 roundabout now. Right, so thank you for sitting with us or listening to that 2-minute silence. Hopefully you stopped along with the rest of the world. So we're just going to wrap up now. We don't have much else to talk about. Again, we apologise for the past few episodes. They've been a little bit odd due to various technical difficulties and us not having too much to say, but we've tried our best. Once again, please let us know if you have any suggestions. We'll be happy to accommodate them. Send us in your news stories. Send us in something you want to say. Clips of what you've done to brighten people's day, that sort of thing, and we'll be happy to put them in the episodes. Maybe even you can come on and talk to us. But I think that's all we've got time for. So I think we'll wrap up there then.
Okay. Thank you for watching episode 10 of Brightening Barrow podcast, where we aim to brighten Barrow one stream at a time.